Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today. We're focusing in on a little bit more in depth in understanding the love bombing phase when your life, in essence, became derailed. The experience of being a love bomb is oftentimes very pleasurable, very enjoyable. There's a feeling of euphoria, bliss. I've met my knight in shining armor. Oh my God, I can't believe I got it this good. Oh my God, this girl is so amazing. Our sex is phenomenal. It's off the charts. I feel so in love with this individual. There's so much love. There's so much joy. There's so much bliss. It's like a fairy tale. So yes, we hear it all. This individual feels like the answer to your prayers. And this can be quite energizing. Oftentimes it's the sexual appeal. It's the charisma. It's a certain je ne sais quoi, a quality that you can't really quite put a finger on that finds you enamored with this individual. And they take up all of your time, all of your focus. And this is very important because the love bombing phase, oftentimes if you find what has occurred, oftentimes people fell in love too quickly. Or they fell in love with the wrong things. They fell in love with the physicality. They fell in love with some other quality of this individual, perhaps that wasn't based on the inner individual or getting to know them right away. There was a degree of show. There was a degree of parading around the peacock love stage that has occurred with this individual. And yes, I'm always comparing it and saying that yes, this occurs with really a lot of love relationships where this is what it's about. But when it becomes excessive, extreme, and then we see people leading a double life, a triple life, not being honest, not being forthright, but leading lives of unethical or lack of integrity, where they then violate the trust, betray the trust between them and that individual, it becomes a real issue. There becomes an issue. So if you have looked back at this love bombing phase and realize the great times, I would maybe look into that as your lesson learned. Yes, you need to have some good times. You need to be spontaneous. You need to feel like there's a great fit between you and this individual. That is very important to a healthy, normal relationship. But there is something in the love bombing that usually occurs too fast, too hard, too quick, too extravagant in the beginning, where any relationship can be life-changing, but there can be something really interesting about the love bombing phase with that individual is that chances are when you met this individual, you felt that this individual was just bigger and brighter than you. So you had, in essence, taken a hit in self-esteem. You had taken a step down. You felt, for example, that this person was bigger or better than you, and you had allowed the relationship to continue along those terms, which required you being a source of supply to them, where you, in essence, had to serve them. You had to sacrifice quite a bit for them. You had to forego your own needs, your own voice, your own opinions. You had to shut down a certain part of yourself in order to maintain the relationship. And yes, once again, there's always some degree of give and take and being able to listen and being able to put the other first. But it's a flow. There's a fluidity. There's a balance. It's not like the other individual in the relationship is used as a punching bag. Oftentimes, this is how the covert and overt, as well as the psychopathic relationships, tend to go, is eventually that person is taken advantage of. Taken advantage of in terms of their time, their attention, their support. Things get out of balance. Things do not begin to function. There's a pathology of lying. There's a mask. There's a falseness that tends to pervade their relationship. There isn't a guttural connection. And it's that guttural connection which is the seat of self-esteem, and it really is connection to your higher self. So it's not based on conditions. Oftentimes the narcissistic and psychopathic relationship are very condition based. You have to constantly be pleasing them, appeasing them, satisfying them in some way, constantly proving yourself to them. So it becomes a very exhausting fight or flight, sort of stressful and pressurized relationship, where then essentially then the gulf becomes very extreme. And especially with a covert narcissist relationship, there becomes a large gulf as you move on further into the relationship, into the decades, where you feel that there's just this lack of connection. And the covert is very introverted oftentimes, so it's an introverted narcissism, which makes it hard to even get any sort of progress or communication or better terms going on. So if you have encountered this, realize that yes, there were some good times you had. Take away the good and the bad. Learn the lessons that have been embedded in this relationship. And that is, it's important to take things slow. It's important to attend to your needs. It's important to understand your own value that you bring into a relationship and really know this, really validate this, and be with people who validate you for the wonderful person that you are, and don't sacrifice too much for others to the point where it jeopardizes your health, your happiness, and your destiny. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.